Guys, this is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this video I want to take a look at the DC Universe Classics Signature Collection Matty Collector Exclusive Club Infinite Earth, whatever you want to call it, Black Mask figure. Haven't opened it yet, so I'm going to be looking at it as you guys look at it, at least for this video. I know I'm a little bit late with the video, but better late than never, right? So let's open them up. And oh, I already cut the tape. Let's open them up and take a look. Decent packaging. If you're going to collect it in the package and leave it that way, it's not a bad package for it, I would say. Displays nicely. You can see all of his gear, and he's got the nice look to him overall. Nice artwork on the back. I'm not a huge fan of this exact design for Black Mask personally. It's still good for what it is, obviously. I'm more of a fan of the one that, even though it's supposed to be a mask, I like it better when it looks more like a black version of the Red Skull from Marvel, because it just looks a little more appealing. I don't know, something about this. I think it's, I don't know, actually the head on the figure looks better than the one on the package, I think. But it kind of looks, I don't know, something looks off. It's really nicely done. It does look good overall. You know, it has kind of a zombie feel to it, the way they have the teeth exposed. That's what it is. The way they did the teeth, it looks kind of off. Still really cool, nice head sculpt. I'm not really complaining, just thinking about maybe if they did it a little bit differently, kind of more in line with the Red Hood animated movie. I think that would have been a little bit better for me personally, but still, it's really good. They did nice paintwork on the tie. Nice paintwork overall. I'm just pointing stuff out. Okay, as far as accessories go, he's got this weird little double knife thing. Maybe that's in the comics, but I'm not familiar with it, so I don't know. It's soft material, so if it's bent out of shape, just put it in some hot water and reshape it. He comes with this dagger, so that's okay. The blade looks a little chintzy, a little cheap, and it's got, that's really just lazy. They stamped the DC copyright stuff on the blade of the knife. What the heck? That looks like junk. Really crappy accessory right there. This one's okay. It's the Batman cowl, which looks alright, except for the fact that they stamped it again, just like the knife. At least this is on the back this time. But, I mean, it's okay. It's a nice enough display piece. But still, I think I would prefer if they didn't put that stamp on there. I don't like that. Alright, let's look at the figure himself. Articulation wise, the head, standard DC Universe Classics articulation. Doesn't have that notch to move the head back and forward, so it just has the swivel. Standard DC Universe Classics style shoulder, ball disc, bicep swivel built in, single jointed elbow. If I didn't know better, I'd say this was a new mold for the upper. If it was the same as Joker or Question or any of those other guys, this would be not a separate piece the way it is, and it's not the same sculpt, so that's interesting. I'm not sure if they've used this before or not. Maybe it's one of the Movie Masters pieces that they repurposed. I'm not sure, but it's decent, looks okay. The wrist has rotation in it, and that's it. Sculpting's not terrible though. You can see some buttons on the cuff there. Looks like my bicep is coming apart though on this side, so that's not really great. You can kind of see that it's not cut squarely. Could be better for sure. Oh well. I really like the tie though. They did a good job with that. It looks real nice. Does he have ab crunch? He does have an ab crunch, so that works. It's pretty well hindered by the coat here. But it's okay, and you're probably not going to need it for him anyway. He's not a particularly dynamic character. So as long as he stands there and looks good, that's all that really matters. Could have used to have a little bit of a broader chest and a narrower waist. The way the coat hangs makes him look kind of plump, but it's not terrible. Waist twist, standard DC Universe Classics hips, cut joint for the thigh. Definitely not the most appealing articulation on any figure I've ever seen, but it's effective enough. Single joint for the knee, single joint for the ankle, which is pretty limited, but it still works. The shoes are glossy to make them look like patent leather, and the sculpt work is solid. Looks like pretty nicely done shoelaces there. So overall, he's a decent enough looking figure. I don't know how well he's going to hold this. personally. I don't really get what that's for either. Maybe that's not supposed to be there, that little cutout piece. Yeah, I don't know how he's gonna hold that, so that's not very cool. He does have this knife, like I said, so you can hold that, but it's pretty junky looking. And he should have a gun, I think. Doesn't he use a gun? Pretty sure. And if I'm not mistaken, the part of the knife that curls like that should be in the front, and that's not the way the blade is going, unless it's a reverse edge. But still, I don't know, just junky accessories. Kind of sloppy execution just about everywhere except for the sculpt of the head, which is fine, just not my preference, and the paint other than tie. Overall, it's pretty lackluster. Definitely a must-have if you're a Batman fan, especially for the Batman Rogues Gallery. It's a must-have piece. So, I mean, I'm not sorry I have it, but it's definitely not an impressive figure overall. So, take from that what you will. Get it if you want to. You are now informed on whether or not it fits your taste. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for some more stuff. I have a couple more of these guys, these exclusive collector subscription figures coming soon, so we'll talk about those, and some customs, a whole bunch of customs coming soon too, hopefully. So keep an eye out for all that good stuff, and in the meantime, keep collecting.